You think you've seen everything a man craves. You haven't. Because there are 5 moves that make him absolutely lose his mind, and most women never even try them. And here's the crazy part. They're not complicated, they don't need props, and they don't require you to look like a model. In fact, once you hear these, you might realize you've been leaving so much magic on the table. Most women play it safe. They repeat the same old routines because it feels comfortable. But comfort doesn't create obsession. What keeps a man craving you is surprise, confidence, and the willingness to step into moments that feel just a little daring. The best part? These 5 moves are about connection, playfulness, and making him feel like the luckiest man alive, without you even saying a word. If you've ever felt like your connection has hit autopilot, this is how you break it. Try just one of these moves tonight and watch his reaction, then come back here and tell me which one worked best. And if you want me to give you 5 more he's secretly fantasizing about, you know what to do. Hit that like and share so I can drop part 2. Let me share a little secret. Most men will never tell you exactly what's going through their mind in the bedroom. It's not because they don't want you to know, but because they're afraid. Afraid they might sound too needy, or like they're asking for something you might think is odd. So instead, they play it safe. They stick to what they know. And you might wonder, if he wanted something different, wouldn't he just say it? But here's the truth. Many men are secretly imagining moments that not only turn them on physically, but also make them feel closer, more wanted, and more alive with you. Yet they never speak up. Why? Because they don't want to risk killing the mood, or worse, making you feel uneasy. So they keep it to themselves. Maybe they hope one day you'll surprise them. And here's the best part. When you take the lead like this, when you bring something new, it doesn't just fire up his desire, it makes you unforgettable. He feels like you understand him in a way no one else has. So today I want to share with you 5 positions men secretly wish for, but women often don't try. And we're going to explore them in a fun, safe, and connection-featured way. Because, let's be real, this isn't about doing tricks, it's about the energy you bring. The Queen's throne is one of those positions that might look simple at first. You're on top, he's lying back. But the magic isn't in the movement itself, it's in the feeling. This isn't about bouncing quickly like you're racing a timer. It's about slowing down, leaning into the moment, and making him feel like he's completely under your spell. Picture it. He's lying back, fully open, completely vulnerable. You're straddling him, upright. And instead of rushing, you take your time. You move in a way that feels good for you first. You choose the pace. You lean in when you want to be close. You pull back when you want him to look at you. This is where you're not just part of the moment, you're guiding it. And for a man, that's deeply intoxicating. Men don't often get to feel like someone else is leading in a way that's still loving and sensual. In life, they might be used to making decisions, being in charge at work, or taking the lead every day. But when you step into this position and own it, you give him something rare, the chance to let go and simply feel. What makes this so powerful is that it's not only about the view, though yes, visually it's going to make his brain short-circuit. It's about what it shows. When you take this position with confidence, you show him you're comfortable in your skin, that you're not afraid to take what you want, and that you're open to being playful and adventurous. And that confidence, that's what drives him wild more than anything else. This is where the small details count. The way your hands rest on his chest and feel his heartbeat. The way you tilt your hips slightly and notice his breathing change. The way you pause sometimes, look into his eyes, and let a slow smile form before moving again. Those pauses are magic. They build anticipation. They make him want more. Many women don't realize men crave the emotional side of this just as much as the physical. In this position, you're face to face. You can talk softly, tease him, or whisper something that makes his mind run wild. You can kiss him deeply, or stop just short, letting him feel your breath, but not your lips. That tiny moment of holding back makes the next kiss even stronger. This position also lets you control everything, the depth, the speed, the feeling, so you can make it fit your own pleasure. And when he sees you enjoying yourself, really enjoying yourself, he finds it irresistible. Men respond to genuine pleasure. When he sees you in that position, lost in your own world, it makes him feel like he's giving you something incredible. This isn't rushed or frantic. It's slow, it's intentional. It's where you let every moment stretch just a little longer than he thought it would. You can change the rhythm, lean forward to kiss his neck, run your fingers through his hair, then sit back and let him watch you again. That mix of closeness and distance keeps him completely focused on you. And here's the real beauty of it. When you take the lead like this, you're not just giving him pleasure. You're telling him, I'm confident in myself, I can take charge, I can make you feel wanted. That's something he'll think about long after. He'll remember how you moved, how you looked at him, how you completely owned that moment. So when you hear Queen's Throne, don't just think of it as a physical thing. Think of it as stepping into a role. The role of a woman who knows her value, who isn't afraid to be seen, and who understands that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is slow down and make him wait. That's how you turn it into a memory he'll keep wanting to relive. A lazy Sunday is one of those positions that seems almost too simple to be powerful until you actually do it right. It's spooning, but with purpose. And here's the truth. When most people think of spooning, they see it as just cuddling, something you do half asleep in the morning or while watching TV. But done with the right energy, it becomes one of the most intimate and sensual moments you can give a man. Here's why. When you're spooning, you're wrapped around each other. Your bodies fit like pieces of a puzzle. There's no distraction, no pressure to perform, just skin-to-skin connection. There's a calmness in it. It's not about putting on a show, it's about feeling every touch. That's exactly why men love it. In a world where everything moves fast, texts, calls, deadlines, this is the kind of moment that slows time down. It's not about rushing to the end. It's about letting each second stretch until it feels endless. For him, it's a rare moment to be close without having to keep up a performance. He can wrap his arms around you, breathe you in, kiss the back of your neck, and just be there. And for you, it's a way to enjoy him in a softer, more tender way while still giving him something that sparks his desire. What makes Lazy Sunday different from just lying still is that you're present. You're involved. Your hand can reach back to touch him. Your hips can move slowly with his, teasing him. You can press back into him just enough to let him know you're right there. You're connected in every small movement, and you're soaking in every second of the moment. That's when his mind starts to race in the best way. Here's a little secret. Men love the neck kisses in this position. When you're spooning, his lips are right there, just behind your ear, trailing slowly down your neck. It's such a small gesture, but it sends a message straight to your body that says, we're safe here. We're close. This is ours. And when you tilt your head just enough to give him more access, that's when it shifts from sweet to magnetic. Many women don't realize just how much men want moments like this. We often think men are mainly after high energy, visually exciting intimacy. And sure, there's a time for that. But what makes Lazy Sunday so unforgettable is that it's the complete opposite. It's slower, softer, and more emotional. It's that rare blend of I want you and I'm completely comfortable with you. Another great thing about this position is how easy and natural it is. There's no need to hold yourself in one pose, no awkward balancing, and no pressure for constant movement. You can just melt into each other, let your bodies relax, and find a natural rhythm. That ease is part of what makes it so sexy. Because when you're both comfortable, you can give all your attention to the connection. And even though it feels calm, you can still guide the moment in small ways. You can place his hand exactly where you want it. You can set the pace with the movement of your hips. You can pull his arm tighter around you when you want him closer. It's a way of telling him what you want without speaking a word. When you share a Lazy Sunday with a man, you're giving him an experience he doesn't often get. One that's gentle, unhurried, and deeply personal. You're showing him that you don't just want the act, you want the closeness. You want to feel him and be felt by him. That's something he'll carry with him long after. This position works not because it's complicated, but because it's so simple, and because you choose to be fully present. When you're tuned in to each other's breathing, heartbeat, and every tiny movement, that's when Lazy Sunday becomes more than a position. It becomes a lasting memory. The Edge of the World is about creating a feeling that's almost like a scene from a movie. Picture this. You're lying at the very edge of the bed, hips just close enough for him to stand between your legs. He's right there, looking down at you, and you're looking up at him. In that instant, there's this electric pull between you. Sure, the angle is great for him, but the real magic is in the emotional charge it brings. He's completely focused on you. You're in a slightly vulnerable position supported by the bed, totally at ease, and he's standing there giving you every bit of his attention. It's like nothing else exists, just the two of you, locked in that moment. This position lets you play with contrast. You can lie back completely, letting him take in the view, feeling his hands move over you as the anticipation builds. Then, every so often, you can lift yourself just enough to reach for him, pull him in, and kiss him. That sudden switch from letting him admire you to drawing him into your space drives him wild. It's also incredibly flattering for him when you're lying back like that. You're letting him see all of you, no hiding, no distractions, and if you meet his eyes while in that position, you turn it from physical pleasure into something unforgettable. You're silently telling him, I'm here, I want you, I'm not afraid to let you see me. Another overlooked detail here is the power of stillness. You don't have to move constantly. Sometimes just letting him explore, running his hands along your sides, tracing every curve, can be more powerful than constant motion. It slows everything down, and then when you do move, even slightly, it feels intense by contrast. Even though he's standing, you still hold a lot of control. You can use your legs to pull him closer or keep him where you want him. You can guide the depth, speed, and rhythm without saying anything. That mix of surrender and subtle control is irresistible. It's also perfect for deepening intimacy. You're close enough to speak softly, whisper something teasing, or hold eye contact the entire time. Or you can close your eyes and just feel. Either way, it's not just physical, it's personal. The edge of the world is more than just a fun angle. It's stepping into a space where you let yourself be completely desired without holding back. And when you let him see how much you're enjoying it, you create a memory he'll keep replaying long after. The backstage pass is built on mystery, and mystery is one of the strongest aphrodisiacs you can use. In this position, you're facing away from him. It could be on your knees, leaning forward on the bed, or even standing against a wall. The exact stance matters less than the perspective, because from where he is, he can't see your full expression. He can't predict your every move. And that sense of not knowing drives him crazy in the best way. Yes, men are visual, but here's the secret. What they can't see can be even more powerful than what they can. The mind fills in the gaps, and often what he imagines is even more thrilling than what's right in front of him. When you turn away, the whole feeling changes. It's no longer about him watching every detail, it's about him wondering. He's thinking about what might be going through your mind, how you're feeling in that second, and what you could do next. For you, there's a different kind of freedom in this position. You're not worried about keeping the perfect look on your face, because he can't fully see it. You can drop the pressure to look a certain way and focus only on how it feels. You can close your eyes, bite your lip, let your head fall forward, and none of it is for show. It's just for you. That kind of freedom makes you loosen up, and when you loosen up, your movements naturally become more expressive. This is where you can play with his senses in little ways. Maybe you shift your hips in a new direction or change your rhythm when he's not expecting it. Maybe you look back over your shoulder just for a quick second so he catches your eyes before you turn away again. That tiny flash of eye contact followed by pulling it back is powerful. It's a tease. You're letting him see something for a moment, then taking it away. That little game of giving and pulling back keeps his attention locked on you like nothing else in the room matters. Another layer to this is the quiet confidence it sends. Facing away from him during such an intimate moment shows a certain boldness. It's like saying, I don't need to watch your reaction every second. I already know you want this. I know you want me. That kind of self-assurance is magnetic. Men don't just want looks. They're pulled in by energy, the energy of someone who knows her own worth without needing to prove it. You also get to guide the pace without making it obvious. Because he can't see your full expression, he's tuned into your movements even more closely. Every subtle shift, the way you put more weight into him, the way you slow down for a breath, the way you lean back a little, feels stronger to him. He's focused on every single move you make. There's also something unique about how this blends closeness with a little bit of distance. You're right there with him, but not completely face to face. That tiny gap builds anticipation. It's like giving him a private show while keeping part of yourself just out of reach. That's what keeps the spark alive. When you bring this move into your time together, you're not just giving him a different view, you're giving him the feeling that he's discovering something about you as it's happening. You're sparking his curiosity, his imagination, and his desire all at the same time. That mix is why men quietly love this, even if they never have the right words for it. And honestly, it's not about putting on a performance. It's about showing a side of yourself that feels natural, confident, and a little daring. When you turn away and fully own the moment, you show him you can be deeply connected yet still unpredictable. That balance sticks in his mind long after. As then there's the full embrace. One of those positions that looks simple but holds so much meaning. You're face to face, your legs wrapped around his waist, arms around his neck, bodies pressed so close you can feel his heartbeat. This isn't just about pleasure, it's about connection. A lot of men rarely get this kind of closeness. Many people think men are chasing variety or excitement above all else. And sure, that has its place. But when you give him the full embrace, you're giving him something he may not even realize he's been craving. Complete presence. You're silently saying, you have all of me right here, right now. Here the physical side is only part of the experience. The rest is in how your bodies talk to each other, when your foreheads touch, when your breathing matches, when you feel each other's chest rise and fall together. It builds a rhythm that's beyond anything purely physical. It taps into something deeper and more instinctive. You're not just two people in a moment, you've become one movement. What men love here is that it removes all space between you. No distance, no distractions. He can look into your eyes, kiss you whenever he wants, hold you so close he forgets where he ends and you begin. For him, that's addictive. For you, it's a chance to feel both desired and deeply connected in a way that's rare. You can make this even stronger with small touches, sliding your fingers through his hair, tracing along the back of his neck, whispering something only for him. When you're this close, those little things feel bigger, more intense, because he experiences them with his whole body. You're not just touching him, you're becoming part of his memory. The beauty of the full embrace is that you set the mood. You can keep it slow and gentle, lingering in the closeness, or make it heated and intense, so every movement feels urgent. Either way, it's an opening for emotional connection as much as physical. Men might not always say it, but they remember the moments where they felt truly seen. This position forces both of you to look at each other, to be right there in the present, leaving everything else behind. When you hold his gaze long enough for him to really feel you there, you give him something far more addictive than any physical rush. The truth is, the full embrace is more than just a position, it's a message. It says, I'm here, I choose you, I want you. And that's the kind of experience a man will keep thinking about long after the night is over. The reality is, men might never say these positions out loud, but they think about them, they imagine them. And when you're the one who takes charge and turns them into reality, you carve out a place in his memory. It's not just the move, it's the feeling you create, the fun, the confidence, the closeness. When you own the moment, you're not just giving pleasure, you're giving a memory he'll carry far into the future. So here's the challenge. Pick just one of these tonight. Don't tell him ahead of time, just let it happen. Watch his eyes change. Watch how he looks at you afterwards. And know in that instant, you've become the woman he won't stop thinking about. Because in the end, it's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things and doing them with complete confidence. When we talk about love, most people imagine it as something gentle, soft, and comforting. But in truth, the kind of love that lasts, the one that makes a person stay, fight for you, and never drift away, isn't built only on sweetness. It's built on depth, mystery, and the kind of emotional pull that makes someone feel like they could lose something rare if they let you go. People don't become addicted to you because you give them every moment of your time or because you agree with them on everything. They get hooked because you awaken something in them that they didn't even know was there. A need to understand you, to keep discovering you, to keep winning your heart even after they already have it. This is why giving someone constant availability isn't always the path to deep connection. If you are always there, if you respond instantly, if you bend every time to fit their plans, they might feel cared for, but they won't feel the pull to fight for you. Human nature treasures what it works for, and if there's no challenge, no sense of wonder, the spark fades without either of you even noticing. The truth is, attraction isn't about giving more, it's about giving the right things, in the right way, at the right time. And sometimes, that means stepping back so they can lean forward. Think about it. The most unforgettable moments you've had with someone are rarely about constant contact. They're about those rare times when the connection felt electric. A look, a laugh, a shared secret that no one else knows. It's the way they remember the curve of your smile when you weren't even trying, or how your voice sounded the moment you let them see a part of you no one else does. That's the mental drug that keeps a person coming back, not just the memory of you, but the feeling they have when they're with you. You can't fake that kind of connection. You can't buy it. You can't force it. It's something that grows when you let someone earn the right to see the parts of you that aren't for the world. It's when you let your guard down at the right time, not all the time. When you share your joy without needing them to validate it, and when you can stand your ground without fear of losing them. That's when respect and desire start feeding each other, creating a bond that's stronger than routine or comfort. People think if they love harder, they'll be loved more. But sometimes loving harder, without space, just makes the other person feel heavy. The secret is loving with depth, not with pressure. Let them miss you. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Let them feel like they need to rise to meet you, because that's when they feel alive in the relationship. And when they do come closer, give them an experience that imprints on their mind. Words that sink in, moments that stay vivid, long after the day is gone. The brain remembers emotions more than it remembers actions. Someone may forget the details of what you said years from now, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. That's why the most powerful moments aren't always the loudest. Sometimes it's the quiet moment when you look them in the eye and they feel seen, or when you're walking together in silence and they feel safe without needing to fill the air. Those are the moments that weave themselves into their memory like a song they can't stop humming. But to give someone that feeling, you first have to know your own worth. You can't be magnetic if you're constantly chasing approval. You have to believe that your presence is already valuable, that your time and attention are already a gift. That's when you stop overgiving and start giving with intention. And here's the irony. When you stop trying to convince someone of your value, that's when they start to feel it the most. A person becomes addicted to you not because you make life easier for them, but because you make life richer. You inspire them to think, to feel, to grow. You're not afraid to walk away if they don't respect your boundaries. You don't cling. You connect. You don't demand, you invite. You don't flood their life with your presence. You make your presence so meaningful that they crave it when it's not there. And when you reach that point, when they look at you and realize that you are not replaceable, that's when you see the power of this mental drug. It's not manipulation, it's not playing games, it's simply knowing that your value is not in how much you give, but in how you give it. It's knowing that mystery isn't the opposite of love. It's what keeps love alive. And when someone feels both safe with you and fascinated by you, they will keep choosing you, not out of obligation, but out of desire.